Okay, we're looking at WorkCover now, which is a insurance that the employer has to take out to protect its employees. So this is separate from car insurance and those kind of things. This is to protect the people that work for you. So it's insurance for employees. It helps when there's a workplace accident and someone gets hurt, and WorkCover will then pay their wage or their compensation out of that. And all employers must have this for their workers. Okay, so it's a compulsory thing which helps us as workers when if something goes wrong at work. So let's have a look. In South Australia, the name for this is called WorkCover. The premiums are based on the remuneration paid to the employees at a premium rate. So remuneration, this word here, remuneration, people get hung up on this a little bit. Remuneration is what is paid to the employees, to the workers. Okay, so remuneration is how much goes out to them. The premium rate is a percentage of the remuneration. So this just means that the WorkCover board works out how much should be paid, and it's based on how much the company pays its employees. Okay, so remuneration. These things are covered by remuneration. All the wages, salaries, bonuses, annual leave loading, commissions, allowances, pay, back pay, super and fringe benefits. So this is all dollars that gets paid to people, to the workers. Okay, so this is all counted in the remuneration for the whole business. Remuneration does not include things like termination pay or reimbursement. So there's probably the only two things you need to think about. They may crop up in a question, may not, but reimbursement is being paid back for doing something. So like taking your vehicle to go and pick up something and getting paid for the petrol money, that's reimbursement, but it's not part of your wage, so therefore it's not counted in remuneration. The premium rate is assessed by WorkCover. It's calculated on the risk, so the higher the risk in your company, the higher your premium percentage is going to be. That percentage is going to be. It normally goes between 0.4% and 7.5%. And it's worked out by them, and they use all their history of what's gone on to come up with that number. Now, it has a bonus and penalty system. So if you've got a good record, like you've got really good health and safety things around your work, you've got very good training, and you've got a low track record of people claiming, you may get a bonus, which means it reduces your premium. The other way around happens too. If something goes horribly wrong and you keep on hurting people, okay, what happens, and there keeps on being injuries over and over again, your premium rate will go up because you're not providing a safe workplace for the people that work there. Okay, there's also an occupational health and safety fee, which is 1%, and that's got to do with training for your staff, and there's a levy that needs to be there, so you pay that as well. If you get injured at work, the employer pays the first 2 weeks and then has the option of paying the full amount to stop a penalty. So that means if there's an injury, they might go, okay, for 2 weeks, we're going to pay your wage because you're going to be better in 2 weeks, and it doesn't appear on the WorkCover books, and therefore they don't lose their good rating. Let's have a look at an example to see how it works, and I think you'll find that it's quite straightforward. Calculate the monthly WorkCover premium for an employer who pays the following in a month. The wages are $123,900, super is $8,900, annual leave loading is $3,499, and there's a bonus of $389. So what we do is we work out the total remuneration first, and the total remuneration is done by adding these things together. Okay, gives you the total that's going to be paid to the workers, and that is $136,688. Your premium rate comes from your 3.5, and there's a penalty, so that means you've got to add because it makes it bigger. Okay, the penalty means that you have to pay more, so that means that your total premium rate is 4.7%. So how do you work it out? Well, what you do is you grab your total remuneration and times it by your rate, and that's basically, well, that is it, and you'll end up with 6424.34. So that is your levy, but on top of that you have GST. So it's just like you did in shares. You times what you first paid for by 10%, because that's your GST, and that gives you $642.43. Your OHS and W fee comes off of your levy, and that's 1%. That'll be given to you in the question as well, and therefore your total is going to be those three things added together. Okay, so it's going to be the three things added. It's going to be your levy plus your GST plus your OHS and W. So those three things get added together, and you'll have a premium or a levy that needs to be paid in that month of $7,131.01. This is your levy that gets paid to WorkCover. Okay, so it goes to them and they use it and store it, and out of that pool of money they get is what they pay their insurance out of. So that's it. That's how you do a WorkCover question. Fairly straightforward, not a lot of tricks in there. Bye bye.